the world there. And she also in Australia, and she also took Chinese, and they wanted her to stay over there after the war. See, that was before we were married. She wanted. She said if she was a lieutenant when she was discharged, first lieutenant, and they said, well, we'll make you a captain if you will stay over here and work with these Chinese. And she said, no, I want to go home. And so she did some volunteer work. She volunteered with the Marines. They up there, I believe, Okinawa. Anyway, it was a battle there that she volunteered to go up there and take as a surgeon to help what they call put the pieces back together, save the arms and legs as much as she could, and that's where she received a Silver Star for that. But then we got married after we got back home.
And you were an enlisted man, right?
Yes, sir.
You were a sergeant and she was an officer.
Yes, sir. And so when she spoke, I jumped.
No, you know, they got rules against that in the military now.
Sir?
They have rules against that in the military now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, they, in the service there, she volunteered, well, she got the Silver Star, and we were married in a Methodist church instead of being married in a Baptist church. Because at that time, the Methodists did not accept divorces, separations, or anything. They said, when you're married for me for eternity. And that's the way it was. And so she took care of me, I took care of her.
That's great. Thank you.
I would want to be the first to say that I would never have made it if it had not been for my twin brother. He was the one that really gave me the push. And there were times when I wished I had been over here in West Virginia, down in the bottom of a coal mine shoveling coal. I mean, I'm serious about that. That it was Carl who really gave the push and kept us going. Well, I mean, you can ask me anything you want.
What's your name?
Walter Craig Hamilton Sr.
And what years were you in?
I was in from, let's see, you talk from the very beginning.
Sure.
I was served from February the 19th. That's when I was drafted. And when I went to sign up, and one thing about that, see, they're supposed to give you a 2 weeks notice when they call you up for that. And I was supposed to be done that on February the 19th, 1943. And they're supposed to give you a 2 weeks notice on it. And they called the house. They said, hey, by the way, doesn't he have a twin brother? Yes. He said, well, bring him along. And that's how much notice he got. So we were there, and I wasn't sure what he was going to get involved in, but I wasn't sure whether he was going to go in the Navy or where he was going. And so we went on in there, and not knowing what he would. Then when we went down to Fort Lee to be processed, that's when they found out what some of the qualifications that my brother and I had. My brother mostly because he had taken a training course in welding, electrical welding, acetylene welding, all types of metal work. And it was that type, if it had not been for him and the knowledge that he had about how to use that, we would have never gotten off that beach at Omaha. Now that has been noted on a number of cases. That's what's happened. But it was something that, well, the Germans feared our Sherman tank more than any other weapon we had over there. Now, I don't know if y'all know, if you're acquainted with the Sherman tank. well, that was, you know, when they had seen pictures, operation of those tanks out there in the Gasoline Pass, I believe it was, those places over there. And they knew that Patton knew how to use those tanks. And if you were going to want to disable one, you don't shoot at the turret, you shoot at the track. Oh, it takes you one AP, that's an armor pierce, AP, hit one, knocked off a track, and you disabled. Then we send our T-20, T-20 recovery unit, and we would haul that tank up on a platform and bring it in, repair it, put it back in action. And then they found out that some of the knowledge that we had, I was 1101st Combat Engineers, was the unit that my brother and I was in, and our job was to have things ready for when they started up, go across those culverts, to have all that equipment ready for them to go across like that. And that's the way that we operate there. And then another thing that we had that very few people know about was I have a picture here in this magazine of the young fella that he said, well, you know, instead of them going up over those culverts, those hedgerows, well, that German 88 will nail it right on the bottom. He said, let's do it different. That Sherman tank had a speed of about 32 miles per hour. And he said, we're going to take and we're going to fix that tank so that instead of going up over it, we're going to get a start and we're going to go through it. And then the men who can follow it, and they don't have to worry about stepping on mines, things like that. And that was one of the things we learned. And then on the front of those weapons, we would take and put outriggers on them, that way out, and on that would have a geared so that it would wrap these little things around, well, I don't know what you call it, but that would beat the ground in front of those tanks. And there's didn't have to worry about any weapons, any groundwork, and the men could follow through and get going. But like Tom Brokaw said, it was the greatest generation. Everybody was doing something, and it was just amazing at some of the things that I saw, and some of the things I saw while I was over there in France about the conditions of the people, the way they lived, and well, it was just one of those things. You hear it on the radio there, how their conduct, things like that, and it's just something I wouldn't want to see it happen in this country, because they're promoting, well, a sexual thing, like the general. But our next president, she is going to be in there. She's laying the groundwork right now to take in when the man's in there now. Well, we had special names for him.
Hey, Papa.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think Mickey was wanting to get one little piece. We're going to ask you to go back and do it again.